Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the two-story boarding house. My name is Erin Coughlin, and I have two stories to share with you today. Our first story is Your Mama a Llama?, written by Deborah Guarino and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. She hangs by her feet and she lives in a cave. I do not believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you are right about that. I think that your mama sounds more like a bat. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I do not think a llama has all of those things. Oh, I said, you need not go on. I think that your mama must be a swan. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass, and she likes to say moo. I do not think that is what a llama would do. Oh, I said, I understand now. I think that your mama must be a cow. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. She's got flippers and whiskers and eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite in that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. She's got big hind legs and a pocket for me, so I don't think a llama is what she could be. Oh, I said, that is certainly true. I think that your mama's a kangaroo. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears, long lashes, and fur, and you of all people should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas because you are one too. Yes, you are right, I said to my friend. My mama's a llama, and this is the end. Our next story is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, written by Laura Numeroff and illustrated by Felicia Bond. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks in the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim, so he'll probably ask you for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own, so he'll ask you for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When he's finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang up his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end. Thank you for joining us today at the two-story boarding house. Have a good day.
Welcome back to the two-story boarding house. My name is Akila Edmondson, and I too am going to read you two stories. Erin had to leave, so I will be taking her place, so join me as I read my stories. The first story that I'm going to read to you today is I Went Walking. It is written by Sue Williams, and the illustrations are by Julie Vivas. I went walking. What did you see? What do you think I'm going to see? I saw a black cat looking at me. How many of you have a black cat at home? I went walking. What did you see? I saw a brown horse looking at me. I wish I had a brown horse at home. What about you? How many of you have a horse at home? I went walking. What did you see? Wow. I saw a red cow looking at me. I don't think I've ever seen a red cow. How about you? I went walking. What did you see? I saw a green duck looking at me. I went walking. What did you see? I saw a pink pig looking at me. I went walking. What did you see? What am I going to see on this page? I saw a yellow dog looking at me. How many of you boys and girls have a yellow dog at home? I went walking. What did you see? I saw a lot of animals following me. Oh no. What do you think she's going to do with all these animals? The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. The second one is similar to that, except for this one is about a polar bear. The story is called Polar Bear, What Do You Hear? It is written by Bill Martin, and the pictures were drawn by Eric Carl. Polar bear, what do you hear? I hear a lion roaring in my ear. Lion, what do you hear? I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Hippopotamus, what do you hear? I hear a pink flamingo fluting in my ear. Toot, 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 toot. Flamingo, what do you hear? I hear a zebra braying in my ear. Zebra, zebra, what do you hear? I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. How many of you know the sound that a boa constrictor makes? Can you guess? How about sss? Boa constrictor, what do you hear? I hear an elephant trumpeting in my ear. I wonder what trumpeting might sound like. Can you guess? Elephant, elephant, what do you hear? I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. Leopard, leopard, what do you hear? I hear a peacock yelping in my ear. Peacock, peacock, what do you hear? I hear a walrus bellowing in my ear. Walrus, walrus, what do you hear? I hear a zookeeper whistling in my ear. How many of you can whistle? Let's see, I'll try. Zookeeper, zookeeper, what do you hear? I hear children. Children, where did the children come from? Oh, I see. I hear children growling like a polar bear, roaring like a lion, snorting like a hippopotamus, fluting like a flamingo, braying like a zebra, hissing like a boa constrictor, trumpeting like an elephant, snarling like a leopard, yelping like a peacock, and bellowing like a walrus. That's what I hear. Wow, boys and girls, that was a lot of animal sounds for Mr. Polar Bear. Thank you for your time today. I've enjoyed being with you. Join us again next time on the Two-Story Boarding House. Bye.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to Two-Story Boarding House. My name is Jennifer McNamara and I'm going to read two stories for you today from Dr. Seuss's book, The Sneeches. The first story we're going to read today is called The Sneeches. Now the Starbelly Sneeches had bellies with stars, but the plain belly Sneeches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small, you would think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the Starbelly Sneeches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneeches on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they hiked right on past them without even talking. When the Starbelly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. When the Starbelly Sneeches had Frankfurter roast, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain belly Sneeches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain belly Sneeches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clear and keen, my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need. My prices are low and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed. Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, you want stars like a Starbelly Sneech? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they climbed inside, and the big machine roared. It clonked and it bonked. It jerked and it burked. It bopped them around, but the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneeches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties, and now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneeches, and they're still the worst. But now, how in the world will we know, they all frowned, if which kind is what, or the other way around? Then, up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who? That's perfectly true. But come with me, my friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneeches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 each. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars so you won't look like Sneeches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who's who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneeches are Sneeches without. Then, of course, those with stars got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneeches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, and they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the Starbelly knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up, and he went. And he laughed as he drove his car down the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneech. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm happy to say that the Sneeches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneeches are Sneeches, and no kind of Sneech is the best on the beaches. That day, all Sneeches forgot about stars, and whether or not they had one upon theirs. The next story we're going to read is called The Zacks. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. Look here now, the north-going Zack said. I say, you're blocking my path. You're right in my way. I'm a north-going Zax, and I always go north. Get out of my way now and let me go forth. Who's in whose way? Snapped the south-going Zax. I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you are in my way, and I ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove. Then the north-going Gax puffed his chest with great pride. I never, he said, take a step to one side. And I'll prove to you I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. And I'll prove to you, yelled the south-going Zax, that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge. That's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here not budging. I can and I will if it makes me and you and the whole world stand still. Well, of course the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, a new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks and left them there standing unbudged in their tracks. That's all the time I have today, boys and girls, but thanks a lot for coming to visit us at the two-story boarding house. Hope to see you next time.